Hi, I'm Tim Conaway, and I'm running for President of the United States. There are currently 15 federal departments, and then under each department there are anywhere from 3 to 35 different divisions, agencies, bureaus, and programs. When these departments are set up, they are assigned certain duties. There are certain expectations that are spelled out in the legislation passed by Congress. These departments are to be administered by the executive officer, who's the President of the United States. Now, I've run places where there were very clear expectations about what had to be done. The expectations were spelled out. This was in business, commerce, but nonetheless, you know what it is you have to do. The difference between it being spelled out as a law and spelled out as a business proposition is simply where that information comes from. These agencies and subgroups under the various departments need to be audited against the expectations. That is to say, the executive branch, the president, and the people who on the president's staff need to take a look at what was set up by Congress and then call in the people who run these departments and tell them clearly, this is what you are supposed to be achieving. This is your job. This is your goal. What you do next is say, I want a written, detailed plan of how you are going to achieve this goal. I don't want pie in the sky promises. I don't want a bunch of stand in front of the media fluff. I want details, nuts and bolts. How are you going to get that done? And there's a timeline for getting me that information. Once we have that information, we go over it and see, well, does it match what has to be done? If it is a plan, or when it becomes a plan, because it will, when it becomes a plan, that's what the department, agency, bureau, division, program has to be doing. And that work is audited. We look for responses. We don't just let it go away and say, well, we've taken care of the problem. No, the problem isn't taken care of until you actually see the results that are supposed to be coming from it. Part of this allows us to be more efficiency. Every place that I worked, I was expected to find a way to do more with less. The solution was never hiring more people or buying more machines or more of anything. It was, are we getting the maximum out of what we got? If we are not, if we are short in any way, the first is to look at how the program works. What is the path to get the job done? And you need to streamline that path, eliminate obstacles, eliminate waste. Federal government and the word waste are almost interchangeable. So once we've done that, once we know that we're getting everything we can out of what we've got, then we could add to the program. Or if we're getting everything out of it with less, then we've got a more streamlined and less expensive operation. There is a definite way to do this. And just because it's government and not business doesn't mean that it gets to get away with wasteful effort, with wasted spending, or it gets to get away with not achieving the goals. If it isn't achieving the goals, if it can't achieve the goals, maybe it doesn't belong in government. Maybe it's something that government can't do. Government is not the answer to everything. People keep saying, oh, government needs to take care of this, government needs to take care of that. But that's not the way it was set up to work. The Constitution set up a federal government that is supposed to handle the matters that individual states cannot effectively handle on their own. And so it handles matters for the states. The federal government should be working for the states and not the other way around. But the federal government was not set up to take care of everything, to handle every problem that comes along, to be whatever it is that people think it should be. That when you try to do it that way, you get the mess that we have now. I'm Tim Conaway. I'm running for President of the United States, and I have lots of experience at not only getting more done with less in people, equipment, time, but saving money and even reducing costs as we see the results that we want to see. I'm Tim Conaway. I'm running for President of the United States. Let's make the federal government do what it is supposed to do for the people of this country.